Mimi Kalonzo Musyoka nilikuwepo 2007.
Yes.
I was even a presidential candidate. Kumbuka hiyo.
Yes.
Wakati nilikuwa kisema Kibaki akiwa pande hii na Raila pande hii tutapita katikati. Kumbuka hiyo. Na tukapita, na kama hatukupita inji ilikuwa imeenda. Mimi nikajitokeza na wafuasi wangu tukakomesha mauaji Rift Valley.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rumor is all over that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is likely to work with President William Ruto anytime soon. That is a rumor that I just saw on X. It's also being said on TikTok and many other platforms. Morara Kebaso one time came out and said there's an opposition leader who enjoys government money every week, 2 million shillings, asking President William Ruto to go and run, to become actually, asking President William Ruto to allow him to become his deputy president, and many other allegations. People directed everything to Kalonzo Musyoka and said, I even actually personally did an analysis on that and said the most likely person could be Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. But however, based on the latest developments, I can personally state it here that I don't think Kalonzo Musyoka will be able to join President William Ruto. More special now that he's leading the opposition team. But I also tell myself that if Raila Amolo Odinga was able to be taken to government by President William Ruto, someone who vied for president, who was his serious competitor in 2022, then even Kalonzo it's possible. But now, on this particular video, I don't want to talk about whether he's gone or not. I want to talk about what could be these strengths of Kalonzo Musyoka that William Ruto needs so much and that is working day and night to ensure that he has Kalonzo Musyoka on his side. Because the fact is, William Ruto is tirelessly working to ensure that he has Kalonzo Musyoka. But we all know Kalonzo Musyoka is a very tough negotiator. To have him on board, it will take time. It can happen, but not now, not next year. Probably in 2027 towards the end. But the fact is very clear that it will depend on the outcome from the opposition side. Now, there are so many reasons as to why William Ruto might need Kalonzo Musyoka. And as I said, that is going to form the basis of this analysis here today. But before I take you through, take a second or two to subscribe, like and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Number one in my list, it is Raila Amolo Odinga working out his game plan. In the sense that, for him to assure President William Ruto of at least 6 million votes, assuming everything remains the same as it was in 2022, therefore he needs Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka on board so that at least Kalonzo Musyoka can bring the 1.5 million votes from the Kama region. That is the first thing. Once they consolidate, that they are able to assure President William Ruto that at least, even if Mount Kenya went, Raila Amolo Odinga is bringing some substantial number of votes on board. But without Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Raila Amolo Odinga does not have anything to offer to William Ruto. That is number one. Number two, without Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, the numbers that William Ruto needs will not be able to match what the opposition side will be able to have. So therefore, that is one reason as to why William Ruto needs Kalonzo Musyoka. Number two, it is the aspect of the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi. We have to all accept that Nairobi's seat is very important to President William Ruto and any other president that might take over in 2027, I mean. But now, based on the tribal numbers, the dynamics in Nairobi, Sakaja does not have a chance to win. Why? If Tim Wanyonyi goes for the gubernatorial seat, and then, or maybe even Babu Wino, more than half or almost half of the votes of Johnson Sakaja will have gone. Because as we speak today, when we recently had demonstrations, the small batch of youths who were supporting him, they got rid of him completely because of the goons that he was alleged to have brought to the CBD. Now what is remaining right now is the Kamba numbers, who are so many in Nairobi. If they bring the so many Kamba numbers, plus many other might believe in him if he fixes one or two problems, Sakaja might have a good chance to win back the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi. But now, as you speak today, also, the Kikuyu votes are out of Sakaja's side. We all know that very well. Sakaja will not get the Mount Kenya votes. The people who immensely voted for him. So that speaks clearly that Sakaja should be winning the seat, but he does not have numbers. And the only way is to have probably Babu Wino stopped, Tim Wanyonyi stopped, Kama region joining him. That is going to apply simply if you look back when we had Kidero. Kidero did not get a huge chunk of Mount Kenya votes because we had Jimmy Nambaro at some point and many other big wigs. So therefore, he could not have won the seat. But through the Kamba, the Luo, the Luyas, and of course, the people from Nyanza here, like the Kisis, Kidero was able to win the gubernatorial seat the first time. If you remember when Sonko came on board, the Kamba votes were so huge. But Sonko is one of the most unique candidates in the country, I have to say that, because he attracted people across board and he won the elections by far. So therefore, they need Kalonzo for them to have the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi. And that is possible if only Kalonzo accepts to campaign for them. And of course, join them. Because the Kambas are loyal to Kalonzo Musyoka. That one we have to admit here. He has taken them to opposition not once, not twice, but 3 times. And they don't regret it. So therefore, he has that huge support that he can be able to transform the government side by having Sakaja becoming the governor for the second time. Ladies and gentlemen, why is this seat very important? It's because this is where deals are being done. This is where tenders are given. This is where money is collected every day, millions of money. And therefore, it can be used to even fund campaigns across the country. I don't know, I'm just alleging here. Now, reason number 3 as to why Kalonzo Musyoka can be needed. It's the fact that there's this perception that can be created that Kalonzo Musyoka is coming on board. So, the people will seem to look like, now the opposition is done what? It's finished. That perception can be able to even determine how people are going to vote in 2027. Because in the country as we speak today, the perceptions that people see, like now the perception that has been created regarding Gachagua, it's so huge that William Ruto is scared. That is the same thing that is going to happen if Kalonzo Musyoka joins William Ruto. There will be a perception that, hey, William Ruto is now strong. Hey, everyone is now gone. William Ruto will win very early in the morning. Such stories will start. And eventually, that's how people are going to reason even when they're going to vote. Some of them might not even come out to vote because they'll think like William Ruto has already won. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing I have to say here is the members of parliament. William Ruto is quite aware that Mount Kenya has gone and Rigathi Gachagua is going to ensure that William Ruto does not have even 10 members of parliament from the Mount Kenya region. That means the people supporting William Ruto in parliament, they are going to reduce significantly. So it needs more numbers. And the Wiper party can be able to deliver that to him. It can be able to deliver that to him because they have a huge number of members of parliament. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that also from Kisii here, some members of parliament are going to go home, especially those allied to William Ruto and UDA. They are going to go home because of the effect of Matiang'i. In Luo Nyanza, we will see some antagonism. The coastal region as well to be open. But when it comes to the people like those of Central Kenya, it will be very hard to have President William Ruto getting members of parliament. So therefore, he needs numbers in parliament, and so he needs Kalonzo to bring these numbers to add on top of what we'll be having in 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, the fact remains that having Kalonzo on board, it will be a formidable team to face the opposition. But Kalonzo Musyoka is much more strong and a formidable candidate against President William Ruto when he is in the opposition side. Why? He is an opposite of President William Ruto in the sense that there's no corruption that this guy has ever been implicated that is right now in court. It is one guy who has been very consistent. He can attract youths. He does not have enemies across the country. And if he combines with the Matiang'i, that is a candidate, that's a ticket that will take President William Ruto very early in the morning. And probably William Ruto has checked and found that he cannot get Matiang'i on board. So they have to stress this, they have to spread these rumors that Kalonzo Musyoka is being taken to government. As a result, the opposition will be shaken slightly. And then they might not consider Kalonzo Musyoka on that top seat. So the fact remains is this. If Kalonzo Musyoka combines with anyone, they'll take William Ruto home. So for him to ensure that Kalonzo Musyoka is not at the ballot, he will go for him. So that at least they can reduce the chances of losing their seat to the opposition. I am very sure that William Ruto will employ so many other tactics to take the opposition, to stop the opposition. But the fact is that once you don't have the people, things might be very difficult. Now, but I have to end this video by saying that to get Kalonzo Musyoka on board, it's not going to be easy. Because as we speak today, Kalonzo Musyoka has seen Raila Amolo Odinga's reputation being spoiled because of one simple thing, making a decision to join President William Ruto. He does not want to sink in the same ship by also joining William Ruto. So probably he's going to retain his reputation, keep it burning, and at least ensure that he has also been on the side of Kenyans. I don't know what is your take, but on the comment section, you can always share with me, and feel free, please, to call me in case you have something to talk about. My name is Abel Mokwa. See you next time for more videos.